Future negotiations with Chiesa are tied to a setback for Liverpool in the Champions League. The latest news on Konate's links with Real Madrid as contract fears grow. Alexander Isak reports for Liverpool's first day of training. Hello Reds fans, check out the latest updates from the world's biggest club. Let's dive into the video. Federico Chiesa was left out of Liverpool's Champions League squad, a decision that caused surprise and widespread reaction both in Merseyside and Italian football. In his place, Arne Slot opted for Rio Nugumoha, the 17-year-old winger who has quickly emerged as one of Liverpool's standout revelations of the season, according to Gazzetta Italia. The situation is dramatic. A boy 11 years younger than Chiesa has literally taken his place in Europe's most prestigious competition. These words are not only striking for the former Juventus player, they highlight Nugumoha's meteoric rise. From preseason standout to scoring a decisive away goal against Newcastle, the young forward has established himself as the summer's breakout talent. His scoring record at this age even surpasses Wayne Rooney's early career benchmarks, underlining his immense potential. What is most remarkable, however, is how quickly Chiesa, recently considered untouchable, was sidelined. And to think the Liverpool coach was equally clear in recent weeks, declaring Chiesa untouchable, the report notes. Just 3 weeks ago, he had scored against Bournemouth and contributed significantly. Being suddenly excluded was undoubtedly a shock, even for Chiesa himself. Despite the delicate situation, Chiesa's response has been mature and measured. The former Juventus player understands he can still play a key role in an ambitious club like Liverpool. He rejected offers from Turkey and ignored interest from Serie A clubs, choosing instead to stay and fight for his place. In the summer, Inter and Napoli only explored loan ideas without meaningful guarantees, and Chiesa decided not to push for a transfer. With 4 years remaining on his €6.2 million net per season contract, he has both financial security and motivation. His objective is clear: earn enough playing time to convince Rino Gattuso to reintegrate him into the Italian national team in time for the World Cup. Additionally, as the report reminds, in the second phase of the Champions League, coaches can still update their squads, keeping the door open for Chiesa's return to European competition. The Italians' determination is admirable, especially in modern football, where frustrations often lead to immediate transfers. Liverpool has invested heavily this season, committing around €500 million to an attack reinforced by Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, and Hugo Ekitike. None of these players have guaranteed spots, and it is precisely in this competitive environment that Chiesa must prove himself. The challenge for Chiesa is both psychological and physical, serving as a personal test to prove himself in a top-level team. Slot's message is clear: positions must be earned. Nugumoha seized his chance with a goal at St. James's Park, while Chiesa responded with silent determination and professionalism. The situation highlights Liverpool's competitive culture, where no one is immune to rotation. If Chiesa thrives under pressure, this moment could become a turning point, cementing his status as a resilient and capable player. Ibrahima Konate's contract situation has raised concerns at Liverpool, especially as a potential new agreement has existed for some time, but with little concrete progress. David Lynch, the club's transfer specialist, commented on the case, highlighting the unease around the stalemate. The Reds, Premier League leaders, returned to action on Sunday against Burnley at Turf Moor, aiming to keep their second clean sheet of the season. In the 1-0 win over Arsenal on August 31, Virgil van Dijk and Konate were key defensive figures. However, Konate's contract, expiring at the end of the 2025-26 season, remains unsigned, while Real Madrid's interest persists. Speaking to Sportsmole, Lynch said, "It never looks good when a contract isn't closed and things drag on. A deal has been on the table for some time, and that makes you nervous." He added that Liverpool is prepared for both the signing of a new contract and the possibility of losing the player. Although reports suggested a renewal was close in November 2024, little progress has been made since, raising fears that the Trent Alexander-Arnold scenario, sold to Real Madrid for a low fee, could repeat. With only 1 year left on his contract, Konate could leave for free, especially considering Real has signed players like Kylian Mbappe without a transfer fee. Despite the concerns, Lynch emphasized that nothing is decided. He could very well end up at Real Madrid. It's 100% a possibility, but no final resolution has occurred yet. Talks continue, and it doesn't appear the player has completely given up on negotiating with Liverpool. He also reminded that similar situations occurred with Van Dijk and Salah, who signed extensions only in April 2024, near the end of their contracts. The difference between Konate and Alexander-Arnold lies in the reasons behind the stalemate. Alexander-Arnold sought a new challenge abroad, while Konate seems hesitant mainly over valuation and financial negotiation. Lynch explained, "From what I hear, Konate's play is a business decision. He wants terms he considers fair and feels he needs to be valued by Liverpool. The deadlock revolves around salary. The club has set a cap, while the defender, after an excellent 2024-25 season, seeks higher compensation. His future remains uncertain, and the negotiation will determine whether he stays or moves, possibly to Real Madrid, directly affecting Liverpool's defense and competitiveness in the Premier League and Europe." Alexander Isak officially joined Liverpool training for the first time on Wednesday, arriving at the AXA training center after representing Sweden. The Swedish striker had to wait until the final day of the transfer window for his move to Anfield to be confirmed, with Liverpool setting a new British transfer record at £125 million. He got his first taste of being a Liverpool player by completing his medical and meeting some new teammates, including Jeremy Frimpong, before departing to play for Sweden. Isak played his first minutes since the end of last season on Monday against Kosovo, coming off the bench for the final 18 minutes, a positive step toward full match fitness. On Wednesday, he reported to the AXA training center for his official start as a Liverpool player, coinciding with the return of the first wave of international players ahead of Sunday's trip to Burnley. Club cameras captured him arriving at the training ground and greeting fitness coach Ruben Peters, who will play a key role in bringing Isak to peak condition. Stefan Bajcetic and goalkeeper Freddie Woodman were also spotted preparing breakfast in the dining hall, while Federico Chiesa, Jeremy Frimpong, and Joe Gomez were seen in the gym. The full contingent of experienced players is not expected until Thursday, as most of Liverpool's squad played on the continent, while Alisson, Alexis McAllister, and Wataru Endo traveled to South America or the United States, training Wednesday morning. Fortunately, Liverpool reported no injuries ahead of a busy schedule of 7 games in 21 days. Isak is available for selection against Burnley on Sunday, but he acknowledged in his first club interview that he still needs to get up to speed. "I had a complicated summer where I didn't play any matches and had limited training, so I think it's time to assess where I am and how ready I am to give my best," he said. Isak's international experience was limited but beneficial, and having trained alone since mid-July, Liverpool is exercising caution. The club's medical and fitness staff, alongside Arne Slot, plan for him to gradually build fitness, likely starting on the bench. With multiple matches before the October break, he has ample opportunities to make an impact. Reports suggest Liverpool limited his Sweden minutes to avoid injury. Having not started since May 25th and with only 18 minutes as a substitute for Sweden, Isak is now expected to begin on the bench against Burnley. Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you next time.